Healthy choices. Sponsored by Intermountain Health.
Welcome back, everyone. After the winter we have gone through, we are ready for the summer, but we can't forget about how the sun can do some serious damage to our skin. Dr. Tanya Bowles is an oncology surgeon with Intermountain Health and joins us to talk about how we can prevent skin cancer in the sponsored interview. Okay, this weekend we're heading into holiday Memorial Day weekend. People are going to be out. Summer is here upon us, the unofficial start to summer. What can we do to protect our skin?
First and foremost, having sunscreen with you when you go out is our #1 battle against the UV radiation from the sun. So having an SPF 30 or higher sunscreen in your car, in your golf bag, that's #1. And really probably #2 is choosing some clothes that might protect you better, like a swim shirt when you're at the pool or a longer sleeve shirt when you can.
Well, and it's important to remind Utahns that we have higher number of cases of skin cancer. Why?
We think it's a combination of factors. One is elevation. Our city, our valley, is at a higher elevation than most big cities, and also a fair skin population. More of our Utahns have fair skin, blue or green eyes, which increases your risk of skin cancer.
And finally, we have some of the heat. It's in the 80s, but what are the times that we should avoid with the strongest heat and strongest sun rays?
Yeah, there are a lot of good ways to monitor this now. Even on your smartphone, if you look at your weather app, you'll see UV index. And like today, we'll reach our peak UV index around noon. So 10 to 2 are what we tell folks to be really cautious about being outdoors. If you can avoid outdoor activities, doing your gardening at that time, it's better to do it earlier in the day or later.
Well, the good news is skin cancer can be prevented, and it's also curable if caught early.
That's an excellent point. You know, we have to teach our children, our grandchildren to wear sunscreen early on and try to maintain that throughout our lives, because most skin cancers we see at age 50, 60, 70, they really started in childhood with the UV radiation from the sun radiating the skin. But as you mentioned, if we find skin cancer early, most of it is curable. So early recognition of abnormal spots on the skin is really important.
And what's really stuck with me, Dr. Bowles, after talking with you for so many years, is that sun damage is cumulative, right? From the very start, from first exposure, all the way through the decades.
Exactly right. We don't see a lot of skin cancer till later in life, but most of it started in childhood. So our 8-year-olds who are out at the pool and getting their back sunburned, that's really important. The body remembers that, the skin remembers. So everything we can do early on in life and continue it as much as possible will reduce the risk of skin cancers.
Okay, sunscreen all the time. What is your recommendation of SPF?
We look for 30, so if you look for SPF 30 on the sunscreen, that's perfectly adequate. Some people find one that's SPF 100 that they love. That's fine. But 30 is going to block nearly 97% of the harmful rays from the sun.
I think it's also misleading, though. The higher number doesn't mean you're better protected.
Right, and what we hear people saying is they think the higher number means they don't have to reapply it as often, but that's not the case. You still need to reapply any sunscreen, usually within about 2 hours. The label will tell you how long it's good for, and most of them it's about 2 hours. So you do need to reapply. There are water-resistant sunscreens, but still they're only a couple hours. So have it close to you, have it where you can use it when you're outdoors.
Every day, and wear that hat. Dr. Bowles, also you were saying this is such a busy time for your office right now. People are wearing maybe fewer number of clothing items and they're checking their skin. What should they notice? What should they look out for?
Really looking for what we call ugly ducklings on the skin. So most melanoma, the most dangerous of skin cancers, is brown or black, but not all of them. Some are pink or red or purple colored. But they look weird on the skin. They look different than other moles or spots on the skin. So I'd say any spot that stands out to you or a family member or a friend, if a friend points out something on your skin, you should get that checked, because something about it is catching their eye, and that could be a skin cancer.
And it can happen anywhere on the body. So
Correct.
Make sure you're checking. Thank you so much. For more information, you can always head to intermountainhealth.org. And thank you to Intermountain Health for sponsoring